Hello, deer farmers. Matt Moore here. Did you know there's a parable in the Bible that talks about us deer farmers? Well, first of all, what's a parable? A parable has a really simple definition. It's an earthly story that has a heavenly meaning. Earthly story, heavenly meaning. Jesus taught in parables because they're earthly stories and it's easy for us to understand. So what's the story? Well, the Bible actually talks about sheep farming, but since this isn't sheep farming TV, I'm going to substitute the word sheep for deer because we understand it, and this is about agriculture, so I know we'll get this parable. A deer farmer has 100 deer in the pen. Guess what happens? One deer gets out. So what does he do? The farm leaves the 99 to go get the one. Well, why would you do that? Well, you know exactly why you would go get the one, because you have a capital investment into that animal. The deer belongs to you, and quite frankly, you want the deer back. So the first question is, have you ever had deer get out of your pen? Well, if you've been in deer farming long enough, well, it's going to happen, whether it's operator error and you leave a gate open, or there's a storm and the fence gets down. A few years ago, I had 5 deer to get out of the pen. Early one morning, a gate had been pushed open. I really didn't know what to do. I called my wife, stay home, we've got a problem. She said, call James from High Roller, get some advice. So the first thing James said, he says, what have you done so far? I said, nothing. He says, good, don't do anything. I said, what are you talking about? So James answers the parable without really knowing he's answering the parable. He said, Matt, you keep out fresh water? Yeah. You keep out fresh protein? Yeah. You got fresh alfalfa out? Yeah. He said, I know you're throwing those treats. He says, that's the only place the deer feel safe. He said, don't do anything. That's all they know. They're coming back home. He said, I guarantee you within 24 hours, all your deer are going to be back in. In a couple hours, the 5 deer that got out, they were all back in, no problem. Well, the second question is, are you out of the pen? Well, how do you know if you're out of the pen? Well, how do you feel? Do you feel like a deer that's running around and roaming and don't have any direction in life? If you feel like you don't have any purpose in life, well, go back in the pen. There's plenty of scriptural references about agriculture, about this, that I know that we understand, that bread of life. We understand what that means with our food and nutrition that we give our deer. The living water, we understand the importance of having clean, fresh water for our animals. We understand why we throw out treats, those blessings that we give from God. And my favorite reference is that hedge of protection. We understand the value and the importance of having a really good solid fence and shade cloth. It gives the animals that protection. So what's the capital investment? Well, God sent His Son Jesus to die for us. So that means we belong to Him. So quite frankly, He wants us back. That's the capital investment. Even the angels rejoice in heaven when somebody goes back in the pen. Well, how do you do that? Well, you have to have a personal relationship with God. You have to talk to God through prayer, read and study your Bible. That's how God communicates with us. And go to church, and that's how you get your blessings. That's how you get those treats when we're in church and serving God. Leave the 99 to go find the one. Now you're the one. You have to, everybody, you're the one. You have to go back in the pen. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.